Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Jen.
And we're a couple of beers.
We're doing a special episode for you all. It's a Super Bowl Sunday beer review. Even though our team didn't quite make it.
Thanks, Chiefs.
We are representing.
That's right. And what we're going to do today is we're going to review all of the beers that are going to be advertised during the game. Mm-hmm. Now, do you know how much 30 seconds of ad space is for the Super Bowl this year?
I'm kind of afraid to guess.
It's a record. It's never been this high. What would you guess?
I would say 7 million?
You're off by $1 million. It's $8 million for 30 seconds
wild.
Of ad space.
That's wild.
So this is a huge investment.
It is.
But we're going to review the beers and
give a little preview of the commercial.
Yeah, and it's all coming right up.
Stay with us.
Okay, now for our first Super Bowl beer, we have Busch Light.
Busch Light.
And there's a caveat with this one because it's only advertising in like 11 regional markets. And so not everybody will see the commercials for Busch Light, but it's going to have something to do with mountains and outdoors. It always does, right?
It always does.
It's the mountains. Okay, well, let's start off right away and say...
Well, that's very clear.
Would you call that pale straw?
I would.
Okay.
That has a nice head.
Now, for those of you who are really into craft beers, the big malty flavors, the hoppy flavors, those would be a flaw in an American light lager, right?
You don't want to see those.
ABV of 4.2?
4.2%.
Should be really light, and yet look at the nice head on there.
That's so clear.
Good clean glass and good pour.
Yeah, thanks.
Almost nothing on the nose.
Yeah.
Maybe a little flour.
Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Yeah,
just a hint. But again, big aromas would be a fault. We're looking for a crushable, easy drinking beer.
Yeah.
That's the style.
All
Shall
right.
we?
We shall.
Let's head to the mountains.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's something that you can drink all day.
Yeah.
It is very light.
Very light.
It's almost... there's not a whole lot of flavor, to be honest with you.
Right. And again, if there was, it would be a fault.
Yeah.
So not much malt, hardly any hop flavor at all.
Yeah.
A little sweet.
But easy drinking, crushable. You could drink it the whole Super Bowl.
Yeah, light bodied. So that's about what I would expect. So are you ready to score Busch Light? Can't believe we're doing this, but here we are.
Here we go.
Okay, our next beer is
Michelob Ultra. Tagline: Superior Light Beer.
Okay, low calorie again, low. All of these light American lagers are 4.2%.
Yeah.
So as we go from one to the other, these are all the exact same in ABV. And
look at that.
Look at that. I mean, okay, so
it's like the same color, same head.
Maybe even a little lighter. Yeah. But look at the head. That's got structure on it.
It's like a creamy head on that one.
Let's see what's going on in the nose.
Not much.
Maybe the lightest whiff of sulfur. That wouldn't be inappropriate, but it dissipates very quickly.
Sure.
Not much of anything else.
No. I'm ready to taste it though.
Yeah, all right. I mean...
So, this one has a little bit more flavor, I think, than the last one, but honestly not a whole lot more.
Yeah, I mean...
Again, it's easy drinking, it's...
I tell you what I do get. I get the slightest little bit of maybe yeasty ester.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit of maybe fruitiness. Mm-hmm. All of these, many of them have rice or corn, and that thins out the beer.
Yeah, it's very light, very crisp, very easy drinking.
But again, look at that head structure.
Not what I'm used to drinking as far as beer goes, but again, another one you can drink
all day long. And you could suck them down, like I said, crushable.
Yep.
Ready to go?
I am. Here we are. Okay, so our next one is the official beer of Super Bowl 59, Bud Light.
Yep.
Also 4.2%.
Yeah. Now, sales have fluctuated in recent years. However, Bud Light still remains the highest selling by volume light beer.
Yep.
So I mean, here's back to the 80s and 90s for you. By association.
Nice head, nice color.
It's a little more yellow, maybe.
The colors are also similar.
They are very similar.
But they're all light beers. They're all 4.2%.
Yeah.
They're all, you know.
Yeah, and I'd say look again at the head structure.
Yeah.
You
These
know,
have all been good head.
Yeah. And I'm expecting, again, not much flavor, not much hops.
Right.
And I really have nothing on the nose at all. Maybe just a clean...
Yeah, nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
Not at all.
Here we go. I'm left with a sense of thinness. It seems watery to me. And
it does.
I'm trying not to be
of college.
Yeah. If it smells like anything, it smells like my door.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't notice anything offensive about it.
There, you know.
And in fact, I don't notice really anything about it.
No, I really don't either. But again, if you want to drink the whole Super Bowl and you want to drink something that's not going to get you messed up,
and if you don't want to be bothered by those pesky malty and hop flavors,
then by all means,
this is your
beer. Yeah.
Here's our score. Okay, so we've come to the last of the light American lagers, and it should be noted that this is the only beer that we're featuring today that is not an Anheuser-Busch beer. This, of course, is Coors Molson, and again, it has a lot to do with who can afford right now to be spending $8 million on 30 seconds. The owners of Modelo, which is currently the nation's highest selling beer, are not in this year. Just not worth it. So
well,
okay, now
maybe they don't need to advertise as much. So
well, okay. So as we look at this, I think this is the palest beer we've had.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
But I'd say the head is amazing.
The head is great. It's not lacking at all. It's nice and I don't know if I'd call that pancakey, almost.
Yeah. I get maybe a little graininess.
Do you?
Smallest amount.
Yeah, I haven't gotten sulfur on any of the other ones except for maybe that one that we had.
Yeah, okay. Ready to knock in?
Let's see if it's cold as the Rockies.
Yeah, okay.
Not quite. But as far as flavor goes, I think I like this one more than the first three.
I think this is interesting. I respectfully disagree. I think this didn't stack up well against the others, and no.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we kind of have
I think our scores are going to be.
Well, we were having such a great marriage until now. We just had our first major disagreement. Right? All right, I'm going to be interested to see how the score works out here.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, here we go. We've made it to the king of beers.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be prejudiced.
I know it's
in
hard,
my mind.
Though.
It is difficult. Okay.
We drink a lot of really good beers.
We do.
Okay. Okay, so this is a 5%.
Okay, and alive. Oh my goodness! Look at this.
I know. I'm a little surprised.
I mean, to
be honest.
I am too. This is gonna have to rest just a little bit. But
a little darker yellow. I mean, it's not dark by any stretch. But,
no, but it's definitely it has shades that the others
yellower.
Yeah.
Than what we've had so far.
Yeah, crystal clear.
Yeah, they've all. They
crystal
all have
clear.
Been.
Yeah. Okay. So, you get anything on the nose?
Like a fruitiness.
I get a touch of corn.
Okay. My first smell was a little bit fruity.
Okay.
Like an ester fruity, but. Not getting
everything's
much
really
of that.
mild, super subtle.
Yeah.
Okay. King of beers?
King of beers.
Here we go.
Corn.
Yep.
Yeah, corn. A little more.
A little sweeter for that reason.
It's a light beer. It's not a light beer, but it's lighter than a craft beer would be.
Yeah.
Easy drinking. Even at 5%, it's crushable. Something you could drink all day.
Yeah, again, nothing really offensive. I'm left with corn because, I expected that, and that's not, for style, you can have up to as much as 50% corn in the grain bill. So
it's not bad. It's a nice flavor.
Yeah.
If that's kind of.
I mean, you could drink it all day, and this has the appeal of being a little nostalgic.
Sure.
My daddy drank Budweiser, and my granddaddy drank
and I do love those Clydesdales.
Okay, the horses are cute.
Yeah.
All right, here's the score.
So we've come to the last beer that we're reviewing today. It is from Belgium. It's Stella Artois.
Right, and this is again in the lineup of Anheuser-Busch.
It is.
But this is maybe aimed at the
more
premium
sophisticated
lager drinker, maybe.
Yeah, 5%.
All right, here we go. And
all right.
Yeah,
so far,
I already notice a difference in the color.
The color, yeah. Would you say it's a little darker?
I would say the head appears to be more dense and so looks darker.
Okay.
But the beer itself is
quite light.
Yeah, light and clear.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Look at that head, though.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the reasons you serve it in a glass like this is so that you can appreciate the head. What else does glass like this help us do when we drink?
Smell.
Tell us what
aroma.
It does.
You want to. The first thing that you taste beer with is your nose.
Yeah.
Smelling that.
Yeah.
People forget that you smell with your nose.
So a nice head like that on a glass like that makes all kinds of. We sometimes do the drive-by sniff, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Short sniff.
I'm noticing right away more character.
I do too.
What character? Graininess. There's more grain than corn.
Yeah. So many of these beers just didn't have much on the nose at all, but this, there's something.
But it's still subtle.
Very, very subtle.
I notice
there's
a noble
something
hop.
there for sure.
A noble hop on the nose.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you ready to get in there? And I guess now that we're looking at it, it is more golden in color. It's just so clear.
They've all been really clear. I've kind of appreciated that.
Yeah. It's still subtle.
Still subtle, but
there's more malt flavor.
There's more character in that.
Yeah, and I may notice some mineral notes that I actually appreciate. I think it brings some flavor.
It brings character to the beer. Also.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, I think these are all light beers, all great for drinking.
Yeah.
And in just a second, we're going to give you a sneak peek at the commercials for all of these brews for the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But first,
those are my favorite part.
Yeah. First, let's get to the scorecard.
Here we go.
Okay, so that does it for our review of the 6 beers that we'll be advertising at Super Bowl 59 at a price tag of $8 million for 30 seconds.
That just seems crazy.
It does. The first beer was Busch Light, and not everybody's going to see the commercials for Busch Light because they'll only be airing in 11 markets, most of them in the South. So not much to tell you on the commercials there.
Okay, so next is Michelob Ultra, which is a commercial with Catherine O'Hara and Willem Dafoe, who we love.
We love.
Playing pickleball. And what do you suppose that they're playing for?
Yeah,
more Michelob Ultra.
More Ultra, right?
Yeah.
And they kick everybody's butts,
They sure do. It's wonderful.
Then we have Bud Light. And Bud Light is returning to good old standard basic.
Yep.
Bud Light.
Throwing a party.
Shane Gillis and Post Malone are throwing a cul-de-sac party.
Yep.
So that's going to be a fun commercial. You want to see that?
Yep. So Coors Light's next, and this is all about the case of the Mondays. If you're having a bad day on Monday, what do you need? A case of the Mondays.
And a reminder that this is the only beer that isn't Anheuser-Busch in those that are advertising.
Right.
Okay, next, of course, is Budweiser. And the Budweiser commercial this year has nothing to do with Clydesdales. No, just kidding. It's full of Clydesdales. And
so cute.
It features the next generation of Clydesdales. It's a sweet commercial, even though it's not really about beer. But we don't care. It's adorable.
Right. And then, of course, last but not least is Stella Artois, which is all about David Beckham. David Beckham searching for his long-lost brother that he never knew that he had. What do you suppose his name is?
Dave Beckham.
Dave Beckham.
And you know who's playing Dave Beckham?
Who's playing Dave Beckham?
Matt. Nope.
Shh.
No, we're not going to tell you. You're going to have to watch. Well, listen, thank you for coming by for this special Super Bowl 59 episode.
Thanks for joining us.
And we hope you had a good time. Make sure that you
like and subscribe.
We've got a lot more coming. Until then, enjoy the game, and may your beers be cold.
And your beds be warm.
Cheers.